In 2009, the state of Wisconsin received $55.5 million in state energy program funding from the U.S. Department of Energy. Those funds came through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Wisconsin was the only state in the nation to allocate 100% of these resources to solely benefit manufacturers. With the allocation, Wisconsin funded 31 projects that support manufacturers. 25 of these projects now make up a $38 million Clean Energy Manufacturing Loan Fund. The fund provides a sustainable resource for Wisconsin to continue to create jobs. It will keep our manufacturers competitive as they do business in a global economy. Here are the stories of 5 of the companies served by the Clean Energy Manufacturing Loan Program.
Everybody is aware of truck idling. There isn't anybody driving down the highway who doesn't see or hear trucks idling at rest stops.
At Idlefree Systems, they're helping reduce off-hours idling in commercial trucking.
The space we're in is all about eliminating the unnecessary use of and the waste of a non-renewable fuel source.
The EPA estimates the average over-the-road truck uses about 1 gallon of fuel per hour while idling. Idlefree manufactures electric auxiliary power units to eliminate that idling. Their system takes electricity generated while the truck is moving and stores it in batteries for use later.
It's a way for a driver to have air conditioning and heat along with electrical power to run their microwave and TV while they're enjoying their downtime in their bunk. And so it's a more economical and environmentally friendly way to meet the needs of the driver while on the road. Under the bed or in the closet.
Idlefree's CEO says SEP Recovery Act funding helped get their system on the road.
It was significant in terms of being able to support our ongoing working capital needs, which enabled us to capitalize on the potential in the market to sell our product.
It's also helping them create jobs.
Right now we have 14 full-time employees, and at the time we got the initial loan, we only had 7.
Armed with endorsements from manufacturers like Mack Truck, Hopton says the company still has untapped potential in a $12 billion market.
In 3 years, we've tripled the size of our company and business. We have actually outgrown the space we're currently in, and we are working with the city of Watertown to basically double, if not triple, the amount of space we have.
Idlefree is happy to have other area companies along for the ride.
Many of the components that go into the production or manufacturing of our system are made by other Wisconsin-based companies. And so as we grew, it was an opportunity to work with our supply chain and vendor partners to drive more business with and through them as well.
Idlefree officials say the SEP funding is clearly paying dividends and has them on the right road for the future.
Their commitment to growing green manufacturing-related companies like ours in the state of Wisconsin has been unbelievably helpful and appreciated. The future is very bright.
These seeds are more than ingredients for a growing green energy industry.
We can grow our own fuel.
They're part of the recipe for a manufacturing recovery here in northwest Wisconsin.
We felt our best bet was biodiesel.
The SunPower biodiesel plant is CEO Ron Ruppel's answer to the loss of jobs and facilities in the area.
We started to do a research into how we could convert our manufacturing facilities to something that was regionally based and not reliant on raw materials coming from overseas. We built and are functioning at a 3 million gallon plant right now. We built this plant to crush canola and make cold flow biodiesel.
Ruppel says SunPower was on the verge of bankruptcy as rules and regulations evolved. Through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, financing from the state energy program rescued the fledgling business.
If we hadn't got the SEP funds, we probably wouldn't be an entity today. The $800,000 that we got, it was broken out to about 50% was working capital and 50% in machinery upgrades. That financing truly was a game changer. And that's why we're in the business today at the level we could be at.
Now, production at the plant is growing, creating more than a dozen jobs with another 30% increase expected.
It works great into our economy.
Building the supply chain and distribution network is part of the economic growth.
Right now, we are opening up our third fueling station in the region. And this allows us to distribute our fuel to end users.
SunPower also helped open up 4,000 acres of underused farmland to grow seed.
We want the farmers to farm it and bring in their product.
A newly built receiving station allows SunPower to accept seed from those farmers and increase production.
We're not looking at staying at 3 million. We're looking at going to 5 million.
Rupel says, thanks to the SEP financing, the outlook for SunPower biodiesel is bright.
Those funds were absolutely critical to us having an opportunity to prove to the world that this is more than just a pipe dream. And this is a viable business plan.
At Montchevray, they're used to driving one of Wisconsin's core industries forward.
We've preserved that traditional cheese making with these what we call table cheeses, as well as this innovative new idea of making goat cheese easily accessible to the consumer at home.
That has been a formula for success here at their plant in tiny Belmont, Wisconsin.
We are the largest goat cheese producer in North America.
Success presents some challenges for a company that cares about sustainability.
We really are concerned about our impact on the environment.
Production of 12 million pounds of goat cheese a year creates 17 million gallons of wastewater.
We had to figure out a creative way to turn that into renewable energy.
Montchevray and its energy partners came up with a solution. A wastewater treatment facility with an anaerobic digester. The methane gas created by the digester is used to generate electricity.
We will eventually, with the excess energy that we produce, power over 208 homes in the local area.
That's more than the entire village of Belmont.
We have a pretty big impact on the area.
A low-interest loan from the state energy program helped finance the project and expand Montchevray's impact.
It really indirectly helped us stay here in Belmont, Wisconsin. It allows us to expand overall in the future so that we could retain the jobs that are here in this small little village, as well as create some new ones.
We're milking lots and lots of goats. Come on, girls, let's go.
Colleen Shaw operates one of the 300 dairy goat farms that benefit from the success of Montchevray.
Ag in Wisconsin is very important. I think she's done, and I want to pass this on to my children. It's wonderful to have your factory here. You're close, you're not states away, or you're right here locally.
Back at the factory, they say the state's commitment to their business will help them stay right here.
It's reassuring to know that they're concerned with the heart of Wisconsin. We're cheese producers, and they really recognize that we need just as much help as everyone else. And they're putting their funding right back into the state and the companies that are making it successful.
We make photovoltaic modules. We make PV modules that convert sunlight into electricity. Photon farming, that's what they call it.
It's only fitting that Helios Solar Works is manufacturing panels to harvest those photons here in Milwaukee's Menominee Valley.
The valley's got a history of making things. And I think it was called the machine shed of the world at one point.
The plant is located on a site that has seen its share of uses over the years. Today, it's perfect for Helios.
We get really good employees. It's nice to be downtown and part of I think, the resurgence of manufacturing here in Milwaukee.
CEO Steve Ostrenga says a $1.4 million loan from the state energy program is helping the resurgence.
Oh, that was sort of a nice little baseline to lean against, to go to take out to the equity markets and raise money from angel funds. Those robots you see over there, those laminators, that testing equipment, that's where that money's sitting right now.
Alongside the high-precision automated staff, Helios has more than 25 human employees. Workers like Navy veteran Mike Castman, laid off from his last manufacturing job and tired of seeing plants close.
It's nice to see something coming back, you know, and especially something I'm interested in, you know.
Ostrenga says Helios emphasizes hiring returning veterans because they're a great fit.
Anybody in the military, they know that, you got a task and you get it done somehow, some way, and you deliver. And they bring a very positive attitude to the business.
That's the attitude that helped Castman and his co-workers build this line from the ground up.
When I look at it, it's not more than just a manufacturing facility, it's ours. And that's how a lot of people feel about this.
Helios management is hopeful there will soon be more proud employees here.
Our goal is to ramp up to the second shift, 40 plus, to be about 75. And then we want to, as you can see, there's empty space here. We're going to add some more capital equipment to be, ideally, we're 150, 200 employees in here.
While Helios continues to grow production of its 100% American-made product, Ostrenga says he's not ready to call this a complete success story yet.
I'll call it an American-made story. I mean, we're always got to keep on fighting the fight, earning the customer's business.
The workers on the front line are glad to be in the battle with him.
Because it gives all of us an opportunity here to have jobs, work hard, make a difference in the world. Every time we touch one of these things, we're making the world a better place.
Greenwood Fuels literally moves mountains of industrial waste every day.
We're keeping 200 tons a day of industrial waste products from going in the landfill. We take industrial waste byproducts that would normally go to the landfill, and we convert them into a fuel that's burned in the place of coal.
Greenwood's massive machinery shreds the paper and plastic. Then that material is turned into fuel pellets.
It's a clean burning product. It burns cleaner than coal. It burns just like a regular biomass, a woody traditional biomass.
The pellets are used by some of the same companies that provide the industrial waste.
They go back to industrial boilers that are burning coal, and that can be universities, paper mills, or public utilities.
SEP Recovery Act financing helped Greenwood purchase the expensive equipment needed to make the pellets. The financing allowed the company to double its capacity and create jobs.
It's a win-win for everybody. We're not just burning cash and taking money from the taxpayer, but we're using that cash to generate jobs and then pay the loan back to the state.
Greenwood does most of its business with companies within a 50-mile radius of Green Bay. But now that radius is stretching to Ohio, Iowa, and Minnesota. And this green business is growing.
It's definitely a wave of the future. Companies more and more are trying to find alternatives to the landfill. Renewable energy space is just a booming space that is just getting started. We're very excited about the future.